We all know that filmmaking requires a whole team of collaborators, right? In an ideal situation, there'll be different people tasked with different roles, but sometimes filmmakers, especially when first starting out, have to take on many of those roles by themselves. Not all of us have a cast and crew. So, how do we create a film without them? The first step to successfully making a film all by yourself comes before you even write your script. Don't bite off more than you can chew. If you know you'll be flying solo during the production, write a script that you'll be able to execute yourself. This means it's probably best to limit your number of characters to one, and don't get too ambitious with your locations or actions either. Remember, every little change in your scene might require you to move the camera, lights, microphone, and more all by yourself. This tip goes for your storyboards too. Unless you have access to fancy motion control equipment, you'll want to plan shots for which you can leave your camera locked down on a tripod. It's pretty hard to move a camera and act simultaneously, though not necessarily impossible. You're going to have a lot on your plate during production, and no one to keep you in check. Plan everything out ahead of time and keep copious notes and lists of everything you need to remember. This includes the obvious stuff like storyboards and shot lists, but how about a checklist of everything you'll need to set up before a take? Even things that are usually second nature might slip your mind when you're wearing so many hats. Give yourself plenty of reminders to avoid these time-consuming mistakes. Now is the time to make use of all that gear you've got piled up in your closet. After all, who needs a cameraman when you got a tripod? You'll most likely want to have your camera on sticks for every shot. You can even add some jitter in post to make your lockdown shots look handheld. Throwing your boom pole on a C-stand for overhead audio, external monitors, and remotes will come in handy as well. Likely, the most challenging part of being a one-man cast or crew is setting up your shot. How can you be both in front and behind the camera at the same time? Sure, a swivel screen or an external monitor can sometimes do the trick, but what if that's not available? Or your mark is too far away from the camera? This is where a stand-in comes in. Find something that approximates your size and height and place it on your mark. Set up your shot, lights, focus, then hit record and swap yourself in. You can use a plethora of inanimate objects to stand in your place. A full-size mannequin would be ideal, but assuming you don't have any of those laying around, your best bet will be probably an extra tripod or light stand. But you can use chairs, pillows, boxes, as long as it's the right size and you can easily move it around. Watch back your footage right away. This might be one of the most important tips for shooting by yourself, and it's made effortless by digital cameras. If there's something wrong with your shot, you'll want to catch it before you move on. Don't even move the camera an inch if you don't have to. You don't want to have to reset everything just because your cat was walking by in the background. If you record audio separately, make sure you listen to that as well. Just take your time. When you're doing the work of an entire crew, things are bound to go slowly. But the beauty is, you're not wasting anyone's time but your own. Take as much time as you need to get everything just right. Your future self will thank you. Shooting by yourself isn't ideal, but the lesson to be learned is this: don't let any obstacle stop you. It's easy to give up in the face of your limitations, but it's much more rewarding to power through and find your creative solution.
Continued learning and practice, as well as taking refreshers on the basics, will help keep your skills sharp. Check out our video courses to stay on top of your game. Find a course by visiting videomaker.com/courses or click the link in the description.